Okay, banded hip abductors with 3 different levels. Now, this exercise, it's going to be targeting your glute medius and glute minimus. So essentially we're going to be looking for the roundness, the abductors, to get that little shape around the side of your booty. What are we going to be focusing on is primarily foot placement, as well as the tension placed on your knees when you're flaring out, and wearing a booty band. Now you can try this for the first time without the booty band, just to see how you kind of gauge it, but you'll be working up to this very quickly, if not 2. So we're probably going to be doing 3 sets of 30, unless modified on your program. The first set, I'm going to have you leaning back, completing the hip abductors. The second set, I'm going to have you sitting upright, completing the hip abductors. Third set, I'm going to have you leaning forward, but we're going to be up on the bench doing it. I've got my feet, I'm on the outside of my feet, rather than sitting plumb inwards, I'm on the outside, and I'm flaring out. So what I mean by different sets, so I'm going to be leaning back, so you're either going to be on a bench, or you're going to be on your bed, on the edge of the bed, or you're going to be on a firm couch. So leaning back, feet flared out, knees coming outwards. Second set neutral, and third set leaning forward. Up, lean back. The reason why we do this is to target the abductors in 3 different vectors. That'll allow like a lot more glute development throughout this movement, rather than just doing it in one plane, if that makes sense. So I'll do it with the booty band. I'll show you the placement of the actual band itself. So 1 above the knee. And what we want to avoid like the band itself collapsing the knees. So this is why we have you specifically on the outside of your feet. It just forces you to remember to take your knees outwards, as well as deactivating a lot of muscles. So this forces your body to really activate the glute maximus and glute medius by having your feet flared out. Now, if this gets a little bit too easy with just 1 band, work your way up to more heavy bands. This is the light booty band, but let's just say you get to the heavy band and it's still a bit too easy for you. I'll get you to grab a second band and pop the second band underneath your knees. So you've got this one above the knees, you've got another band below the knees. And you can work your way up to build this one to a heavier duty band, while this one is built up to a heavy duty band. So again, same thing on the outside, knees flared out. When you come out, pause and hold for 1 second. And control back. Control back. Control back. So you're going to be doing 30 sets leaning back. All the way to 30, then upright, then leaning forward with a fairly straight lean forward. And really make sure you focus on your rest time in between sets. Let's just say this exercise is a little bit too hard, or maybe you just don't have booty bands yet. Maybe they're in the mail, you've ordered them, and they're on the way. So what we'll do here is side lying clam. It's the exact same movement, but you're just lying down. I'll get you to support your neck. So ideally you'd have like a cushion here, just so your spine, so your neck isn't upwards, your spine is going straight. Same situation with the feet as we had on the abductors. You're only feeling it in your glute medius. I don't want you to feel it like at the front of your leg. We're just highly targeting the actual glute medius. So keeping your feet on top of each other. And what I want you to really notice and look out for is just where your knees are placed. So sometimes when we're doing this exercise, we can actually move our feet by accident. You're overworking your hamstrings rather than your actual glutes. When that happens, your quads will stop being level with each other when you're completing the movement. So I'll exaggerate it now. So this is me being normal, but then let's just say I'll go backwards And now my quad is not lining up, my knee is not lining up with this knee. This one's come too far back. So let me just reset, replace, facing forward. And if this gets a bit too easy, add a bit of self-resistance. And by the way, my spine is in a very neutral position. I'm not hunched forward. I'm not arching my back. It's just a neutral position. Add extra resistance. And we'll do probably 3 sets of 30 there. Cheers guys, we'll go to the next episode.